Hello there.
Hi there, how are you doing?
Yes. So we're doing this recording. We spent the last hour trying to sort this out, and it's been a nightmare. But we've got something. Sorry about the quality, but we'll get better.
Yes,
Yes.
we'll get our engineers onto it.
Yes. Which is basically watching YouTube videos and going, "Does this work?"
Why aren't they telling us everything?
Yeah. I know I'm doing this right, but it's not working. Why? That kind of thing. So, well, this idea started because we're both YouTubers and we're both Scottish YouTubers, which feels like very
What a
unusual.
coincidence.
Yeah, and basically, we both follow each other's channels. We found out this is a weird story. I've been buying all these Eastern European films, thinking no one's ever going to do these apart from me. I was buying tons of them, thinking, well, I've got a store for a good season. And you were doing the same thing.
Yeah, and I unfortunately did the same thing because of the joys of eBay. There was a couple of sellers that were doing them ridiculously cheap, so I got a bunch of second run DVDs to watch as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's really weird. It's like I thought I was being really clever, and then you think, but you're saying to do it. Like I was like, wait, what? That was my August stash, and I was doing it till Christmas.
Yes, and beyond.
Yeah, but we haven't introduced ourselves yet. My YouTube name is Nazarinprod, and you're
I am Solitary Ronin Films.
yep. And so as you can tell from our names, you are a big fan of Japanese cinema and
Yes,
Kurosawa. And I'm a Noel fan. Obviously, Nazarinprod is obviously the only reason I haven't done Nazarin yet as a video is because I feel it's too obvious to start doing that. I want to kind of
yes.
get into it. Like my plan is to do it before Christmas. Like I've got the video, I've got the DVD, but it's like I don't want to start too early with the Nazarin stuff.
Because let's be honest, Buñuel and Kurosawa aren't bad directors. They're not a bad couple of
Yeah,
directors.
they're, they have some style. They're known
Yes.
for being classy though. They're
Even
classy.
though I still think Buñuel is actually underrated. He doesn't get enough credit, I don't think.
I think his films have been out of print for a while now. They're getting back in with the Blu-rays and things, but because all over the place, some are Mexican, some are from
Yeah.
Spain, and there's no samurais in them. They don't remake his films. I mean, Kurosawa has the good luck and the bad luck of being remade a lot, which means his films have
Yeah.
always been referenced, but usually people see the rubbish versions. You know, I mean, have you ever seen Last Man Standing with Walter Hill? About Walter
Strangely
Hill,
enough, I was going to mention Last Man Standing.
why do you like it?
No.
No.
Apart from Christopher Walken, obviously. But
Yeah, but
it's funny because Walter Hill is quoted as saying anybody who remakes Kurosawa is an idiot. And that was right after he'd made Last Man Standing. So,
yeah, maybe he was referenced himself. Maybe after
yes.
he did it, he was like, that was not a good idea. Yeah, that was after his peak, though. He peaked already. That was
Yes.
when the slow fall into what the hell's he making?
Yeah. After Southern Comfort and Streets of Fire.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but the last, I'm a big Walter Hill fan all the way up to probably like Red Heat or Trespass, and then it kind of just goes all the way down. But anyway, yeah, so Kurosawa has been remade badly. Well, the worst remake I've seen of his is, I would say, it's the Magnificent Seven remake. I mean,
Yes.
Magnificent Seven's bad enough, right? But the remake's 100 times worse than the original.
Have you
He's,
seen The Outrage with Paul Newman, which is a remake of Rashomon with Paul Newman as a Mexican bandit?
I've heard of it, I've kind of avoided it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's one of those films you just know not to watch it because it's
Yeah,
like, no, don't do that to yourself.
it's,
It's a bad idea to do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's an element of car accident to it.
I love those kind of movies, but there's certain ones you don't want to see. It's like that's too much of a car crash. That's
Yes.
annoying. I was watching a car crash movie yesterday, but it wasn't a remake or anything. It was just a bad movie. It's called The Iceman 3D. Donnie Yen. It was terrible. It was like one of those films. You're thinking, were people drunk making this film? Because this only thing
Yes.
makes sense because they go back and forth in time, but nothing's um, logically put together to make you feel like there's a story going on with it, and you're watching it thinking this is like almost surreal how weird it is, but it's not
Yeah,
intentional. It's just incompetence.
it's either that, it was a lot longer and they cut it down.
I think there was a bit of that too, but I think also they run out of money, and it was apparently a bad production, but it was still watching. It was like this is literally a car crash. This is like so bad, and they made a sequel to it.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that little diversion because it's still rolling in my head. Like, God, I watched that yesterday.
So, what's your background in cinema as far as when did you realise that films are something that you would want to get interested in and into?
Always pretty much is like the joke with me was I was late being born because there was something good in TV and I wasn't coming out until I'd seen it, and it was
Fair
pretty
enough.
much glued to the TV. That was a joke about me. It was like I was so glued, like it was just like instantly. Like, he's watching TV. Help yourself.
Um, yeah, I mean, films before I kind of knew or got into them seriously, there was always certain films that I just loved anyway. And
Yeah,
then when I got a bit older and actually realised there's something more to it, those films kind of stuck with me. And obviously, as soon as I found foreign films, specifically Japanese films to start with, that just kind of opened Pandora's box essentially.
yeah. I think there's a certain point you've seen films, you're working out what the story is, what general story is,
Yeah.
and then eventually you start to develop taste. Like I like this, I don't like this, I don't. This is not for me.
Yeah, because obviously when you're younger, you watch it and you're not aware of technique. You're just aware of the enjoyment and the spectacle or whatever. And then as you grow older, you're aware of things like, camera movement and editing and stuff like that.
Subtlety and
Yes,
acting, you know,
yes, stuff
story
like that.
construction.
So,
It's-
an example of a film for me that I always loved was The Good, the Bad, and Ugly. Before I actually realised, you know, how amazing the film actually was.
yeah, just by you just I think a lot of film you feel it without actually knowing what it is.
Yeah,
Like you know you like it, but you can't quite work out why you like it. But
yeah,
one of the videos I did before, I was talking about how when I grew up, I saw a lot of Richard Lester films, but I didn't put them together as the same director. I
yeah.
just they were always on TV and I always seemed to see them, like the Musketeer films, the Royal Flash, Juggernaut. I just liked them, and then it was like, that's the same guy doing them all. But I
Yeah.
didn't realise that until later.
And obviously, the great thing about films are they change as you change, and sometimes your attitude towards them changes um, as you change, and your life experience changes. Different films affect you differently.
Yeah, it's always it's quite interesting that though because some films like when you're young you can't work out, and then when you're older it's like, oh, that's perfect. We
Yeah,
You're too young. Like when I saw the thing the first time, I was too young, and it was like the John Carpenter version. I was like, no, it was really disturbing, but I couldn't quite figure out. I couldn't have done the emotional tools to work it out. But I knew it was good, but I'm not sure I liked it or not. And then, but a few years later, I saw it again. It was like, oh, this is a masterpiece. But it was,
yeah.
I saw it before those kind of critical facilities to actually work out.
Well, a perfect example of that for me is 2001, which I saw. I don't know, I was 10 or 11 on a black and white television. And of
Yeah.
course, the last 20 minutes just confused the hell out of me. And I had no idea what was going on. And of course, now it's completely clear.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Explain it in 10 words or less.
Um, Kubrick,
It counts. That's possible.
Kubrick,
Yeah.
Meaning of Life, Kubrick 42.
Yeah. That works. Yeah, funny, I saw 2001, but I was lucky because I saw it. They actually showed it. First time I saw it on TV, they showed it, and Terence Davies did an introduction to it,
Right.
and it was on widescreen. So I first saw it in widescreen, so I've never actually seen 2001. So I taped it off the TV when it was showing. So I've
Yeah.
never actually seen 2001 pan and scanned.
Yeah,
So
I think my first was pan and scan in black and white.
yeah, obviously I had a better viewing experience the first time round. Of
Yes.
course, now I've seen it in cinema and things, but I was just lucky. And another one I saw at the same time was Hell in the Pacific with Lee Marvin, and I saw it in widescreen as well because it was just on TV in proper ratio, and I was like, "This is amazing." Even though I was young, I didn't understand everything. It was just that you could sense there was some logic to it, and just the way
Yeah,
things cut together, the way it progressed, the way it was acted.
because
Just felt
obviously Scorsese always talks about seeing lots of the films he now loves, but it was shown on, I can't remember what the channel was in New York, but it was
yeah,
always in black and white and pan and scan versions of like Tales of Hoffman and stuff. So
yeah.
then
When
when he
he
actually
was,
saw them in color, it's even more of a mind blowing experience.
oh yeah, but it's funny seeing them black and white because sometimes they've got a different feel to it. Because I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen Alien in black and white, and the early stuff looks really gorgeous with the alien spaceship.
yeah,
It wasn't meant to be that way, but you see in black and white, it looks gorgeous. But that wasn't the intent. 'Cause I had an old black and white little thing when I was a kid. You could afford those really little TVs.
yeah. Because obviously we have to explain to younger viewers that in the olden days televisions were in black and white
Yeah, no, basically your
and
parents had a
14 or 16 inches.
yeah. So basically, your parents got you something that was your big present for the year. Something that was in black and white, and that was it. And just that was it. That was the exciting thing.
Of course, it's interesting because obviously Frank Darabont did The Mist, and on the Blu-ray there's a black and white version of it as well,
Yes, I
which is
bet.
actually quite interesting as well because
I think
he
it's a
obviously
bit
grew up on Universal monster movies and things like that.
plus the effects look better in black and white because you don't look
Yeah,
like it was just it worked good. I saw Mad Max black and white one as well, the one that did the Fury Road,
yeah,
and that worked really nice. It was a very different film. It wasn't
yeah.
better or worse. It was just different because it was black and white, just sparer and. But I've done it with a couple other films, but those I think were the two that were more had a better impact, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of it was always. I think I saw a lot of films in black and white and seen in color. This feel very different, but you're a kid, you're just happy to see anything,
Yeah.
really. Plus, I like black and white films, so I was actually seeing a lot of them in the proper colour. Because there was always, and nothing you need to explain to younger viewers, there used to be a lot of films on in the afternoons on Channel 4 that were these weird old, like, gothic melodramas
Yes.
that were all great, but they were, like, probably bought because they were cheap and just chucked in TV, and it was like, no one's going to watch these, and I was.
Yeah. Sunday matinees, and for me, a lot of the films that I grew to love were shown on BBC Two late at night.
Yeah.
I remember at Christmas they used to do seasons on BBC Two. They would have Bergman seasons or they would have film noir seasons. And obviously I saw a lot of films that way.
Yeah, I mean, there was. I saw Bergman stuff. They used to have introductions. Like, there was always a lot of seasons, and you'd introduce. Do you ever remember the one where Robert McKee did, the Through Glass Darkly and things like
Not off the top of my head, I can't
that?
remember, but
That's one I just remember because I remember it. I taped off TV, so I remember
yeah,
that one. Um, but yeah, I used to watch them too. The movie Drone
yeah,
was
Movie Drome was fantastic. And there's a lot of films like Society or Vanishing Point that otherwise I would have never
Great
heard
Silence.
of or seen of. Yeah,
Which I missed when it came out.
Repo Man and stuff.
Yeah, I missed that when it was shown in Movie Drone. I finally saw it a few weeks ago, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
So you catch a lot of them, and they were really always fascinating, weird films. There was one called Requisant. Remember that one?
yes,
I found it was been released by Arrow. And I feel a lot of Arrow people watched Movie Drone.
yeah. There's a definite link.
Yeah, there's so many films that were shown there, and of course Movie Drone was best. It was Alex Cox. They replaced him
Yeah,
later on, and the film wasn't as good and didn't work as well.
and of course you have to kind of remember the availability of films back then wasn't great. So things like Moviedrome were really important because
Yeah,
there's also no streaming services, no internet. Um, so availability wasn't as good as it is now. I mean, it's great being a young film fan or an old film fan now because there's so much more availability.
yeah. For now, you can get in Netflix. You get all those films for like like £8.
Yeah,
But when you were a kid, it costed £15 for a VHS copy and pan scanned, and that was like that was a lot more money then. And
yes,
I remember that's where most of the money went to.
yeah,
You're dragging all these tapes. Would you ever moved anywhere else? You only blooming tapes to go with you.
Yeah, I had a cupboard in my bedroom that was shelved and it was all VHSs. And then obviously that's moved on to DVDs and Blu-rays and
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I've now got CD wallets that are massive, and it's still not enough because there's still like more stuff coming out every month.
yes. And that's one of the great things or bad things about YouTube and watching channels like yourself. You end up buying more films.
But yeah, 'cause you see them go, I'm buying that, and then it's like another one, another one. If you watch a lot of channels, you'll pick up stuff because every channel's got their own area they're more into.
Yeah.
And it's like if you watch like a touch of film and you're into Asian films, you suddenly got a lot more films to actually watch. But you look at Daisuke Beppu's channel, Criterion films suddenly become much more.
Yes, there's an endless supply of Criterion films to buy.
Yeah, and I've been watching Man versus Film as well recently, and he does a lot more of the Arrow stuff. You know, it makes you tempted just so I'll give that one a shot. That old slasher movie, and it's like I probably
Yes.
shouldn't have, but I did anyway.
I mean, the great thing about specialty labels, even if the film's not the greatest film in the world, the commentaries and the extras usually are really very good, especially the making ofs are really quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there are making ofs and those kind of things. Nowadays, the most normal Blu-rays, there's no making ofs. They don't care about that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But some of the Scream Factory, Criterion, Arrow, Artificial Eye, BFI, you get some really nice extras. I think because you don't do as many now, they actually make sure they're good what they put on,
Yes.
put the effort into it. So you might not get like discs and discs of it, but you get a good selection of like properly sourced extras that are interesting.
Yes. And certainly for me, Arrow and critics like Tony Raines and Kim Newman and Alan Jones, Stephen Thrower, they're all excellent. And they all really know their stuff.
Yeah, because sometimes you see a series of film, think, should I give it a try? And then you see Tony Raines doing all these intros, the 50 minutes. You think that's worth a try.
Yeah.
He's doing that, it must be good. So I'll give it a shot because he doesn't do the garbage stuff. The same with Kim Newman. If he's on the box, it's always like I'll be kind of borderline. Maybe I'll get him out and see he's doing like 25-minute talk on it. It's like, well, that's worth it plus the film, really. Just
Yeah,
maybe
because for example, I picked up a steelbook of Quatermass in the Pit, and it's got really good extras with Kim Newman and lots of the actors as well. And that's about 20 minutes each. They talk about it, and it's really, really interesting stuff.
I've got that one. I've also got the old TV show, and I've got Quatermass 1 and 2, and I've got the Quatermass conclusion. And
don't have a Quatermass t-shirt.
If I could find one. And as you might see behind me, I've got Doctor Who as well. I'm into the old TV shows.
Yes.
I like that kind of old retro stuff. And it's just like one of those things. It's like, I like certain things, I don't like other things, so I'll spend money in the retro. Even if sometimes the quality is not so great, you're still buying it for the collection. So, where were we? Well, that was an answer to the question. How do you get first interested in film? We went on for like 15 minutes. So
sorry about that. For
that's fine. It's good. As you may notice, anyone watching this, we both tend to ramble when we get excited about something.
yes.
I've easily done a good 40, 50-minute videos with certain things. And there are other YouTubers who do even go even further sometimes.
Yes, it's easy to get carried away when you're onto something that you're passionate about.
Yes. So I know I actually studied film. I went to uni to study film.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that and how do you think that helped you, or did that kind of
do something similar? Did you just watch it like in your own way and just speed up?
Yeah, I just watched stuff myself and kind of found my own way and my own kind of likes and niches and stuff like that.
Because I know you seem to read a lot of books about film as well, talk about books you've read and things as well, so you obviously read up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just love listening to filmmakers, not so much actors, but certainly commentaries with filmmakers and people like John Sayles, David Cronenberg does excellent commentaries.
Yeah.
Michael Mann is just fantastic. Even strangely, John McTiernan, see his commentaries for Die Hard and Predator are absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, he
Because
is very good.
yeah, because in Die Hard he actually talks about some camera shots and camera movements he had to explain to the studio because the studio didn't want him to do it, and it's like simple camera moves, and he had to explain to the executives. It's just really fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all that stuff too. The weird thing with studying film is I went and did it, but I was really at the library. The
Yeah.
library had all the old sight and sounds, all these film books you can't get hold of because there's only like 2 copies, but they had them in the library. So I spent most of my time in the library there, and really that was more my education than any essay I ever wrote, because a lot of the essays were just a bit stupid stuff that you were like, I don't really care about this. I'm really more interested in
Yeah.
using this as my time to learn. And they also all these films. They're easy to get now, but they were hard to get hold of
Yeah.
before. They had like Visconti films or all these obscure films that were taped off the TV like 10 years before that, and they just had logged them all so you could get them out of the library. So you got a really good education about what good films.
Yeah. And could you maybe give us an example of a film that, the lecturers were saying this is great and you maybe didn't get, or vice versa?
Well, actually, quite good lecturers. They weren't like you hear about old sticklers like people who say you must love Citizen Kane because I never
Yeah.
got that. But when I first saw Citizen Kane, it wasn't like, oh, this is the most amazing film. It was much more like, yeah, it's interesting. But I really liked Magnificent Amberson's better, like instantly. That was my thing.
Yeah.
And it's only later on, years later, I get into Citizen Kane a lot more. Like, I get why it's so good now, but I think when you're like 18, you're not going to get Citizen Kane the way they're talking about it. And there's certain films you're not going to get, and you just need
Yes.
to learn to get the education. You're not really able to get the context till you're older. So I
I
think
mean,
it's just,
maybe it's just me, but certainly when people say, "Oh yeah, this is one of the greatest films of all time," I'm immediately suspicious,
yeah.
and I need to kind of see it for myself.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of time it's just like a lot of people love this film. That's it. Really, it's not. There's no reason to say it's the best film of all time. For me, it's not, but it's still interesting to watch. But there's lots of Welsh films I like more than Citizen Kane,
Sure.
even now.
Yeah.
Because I think we're both big Welsh fans, really.
Yes. I mean, for me, it is kind of the biggest tragedy in cinema history, the way he was treated by the studios. I mean, some of that he didn't help himself, but
Yeah,
the way he was treated was just unbelievable.
yeah. People should go watch your video with the top 10 Welsh films. I haven't touched Wales that much yet, but you have. You've done a big, huge video, which ended up me buying Mr. Arcadon for 30 quid because of your damn video.
Yes, that Criterion set is it's worth it though because it's a
Yeah,
good set.
it's good. Yeah, but it's like you had to buy it from America.
This is the price you pay.
Yeah, I once bought when this was like in the early DVD days. I once bought Exterminating Angel. Although the one when the wasn't even released yet, and
Yeah.
it was the old taped off TV for 18 quid on eBay. That's how much of a fan I was.
Yes, the Exterminating Angels are a classic.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good directors. I think in film school, it's good to point the way towards good talent, but a lot of the stuff you're asked to write about, I didn't find that interesting, but
Yeah.
I got through it. But it was a lot of university stuff is kind of nonsense, really. But
Yeah.
so that's the way it goes. I got 3 years watching lots of films. I'm not complaining.
Fair enough.
And you pick up a lot of stuff critically that you don't realise you picked up till later.
Yeah.
You think you've forgot stuff you thought you'd forgotten, and you realise no, it actually came in handy. I think you learn a lot of stuff and then you don't use it straight away, but it does squeeze into your mind. The good stuff stays, the bad stuff just gets chucked.
Yeah, because your videos are excellent as far as going into detail and about background and maybe about socio-political stuff that was going on at the same time. And obviously, your Alan Clark season was excellent. which made me go and buy the box set, which I did get for 50 quid, so I'm quite happy with that. So
I paid 100.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of things I've bought, which is your fault, but never mind.
What? So, yeah, so we'll now move on to why did you start your channel? What was your impetus to start the channel?
To be honest, I've been thinking about it for a while, but then I really didn't think the kind of films that I like or talk about, not many people would be that interested in. But then I kind of came across Daisuke Beppu's channel, and he kind of inspired me to actually just go ahead and do it, because his channel's just fantastic. Obviously, primarily Criterion, but he's got a bunch of other stuff. So even though I knew, because I don't really talk about current films that much or kind of popular films that much, I knew I would have a select audience, but I would rather have a select audience that has been fantastic as far as their comments and their support. So it has really been worthwhile. And again, meeting people like you and Daisuke and Grey 1951 and other people like that, the SGS films. And again, it's opened the door to other filmmakers that I either wasn't aware of or need a nudge to actually watch some more. For example, Ozu, because I had only seen Tokyo Story really.
Yeah.
And obviously everybody raves about Ozu. So I watched Late Spring, which is also fantastic. But again, I've got a bunch of his stuff in my backlog and a bunch of other films and directors in backlog, but it's just opened a door to even more cinema, which my wallet might not be happy about, but I'm certainly happy about. How about you?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, the funny thing is I actually saw your channel through Daisuke's channel. I think you mentioned you had seen your comments or something. So I just seen who else was on, so that's how I found your channel, really. Because someone put me to watch Daisuke's channel, then I saw your channel, then it all kind of spreads out. Well, mine's been on and off for a while. Like, if you look at my videos, they've become on and off, like there's been some here or there. I started off, like, because I was doing other things, not just this, I only do it when I had a chance to do it, really. So, so I was thinking about films, but I wasn't actually doing them. Then when I did them, sometimes you do things, oh, this is a more popular film, I better do that, and no one watches, and then you did a film just to please yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's better you just thinking, okay, I should just follow my instinct here, because it's more interesting with other people who are probably more my wavelength. So I did a whole Marvel thing and no one cared. Then I did stuff with like about breasts on and a lot more people cared, and it was like, oh, that's good. That's my style was better for this audience.
Yeah, you should always go with your instincts.
Yeah, because I think a lot of those directors haven't been catered for. Really, they've just been told, basically, no one cares about those directors. Just go and watch this film. Because there are many videos you've seen about bloody Transformers movies and they're all garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why do we do a video with that when you can do something like Bresson or Wells or a really fascinating film we can talk about for a while? So I'd much rather do that.
Yeah.
So involved that way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I made a kind of conscious decision not to do like top 10 worst lists because there's enough negativity on the internet and YouTube, and there's so much good stuff to watch, then why kind of bother with worst lists?
Yeah.
Try not to be too negative, but sometimes
I don't like worst lists either. I just don't like, it's boring. I don't really like talking about films that I hate. I just don't find, unless it's a film I really hate for a specific reason.
Yeah, so there's a history involved, like production and things like that.
There was one coming up I'm going to do that is that film I really hate, but that's a one-off because it's been bugging me for a while. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do this video because I want to talk about this film." But usually it's when I love. So even as a film that I make a video about and no one watches, like Mystery Man, I did a Mystery Man video and no one cares.
That's a great wee film.
I know, but the thing is, even if no one watches, but you like the video and you like doing it, that's still good for you. You've done it, so I'm
Yeah.
quite happy with that. So, and a lot of thing is we do videos, you put them up, and then sometimes you forget about them, and then you look at the views later on. It's like all the people watching this video, and I haven't
Yeah.
paid attention.
Or you'll get a comment out of the blue from 3 months ago or something.
Yeah. I think I got one for something I did like in October recently, and I was like, wow, like as well, really nice because you just like
Yeah.
go, people are still it's still cropping up and people are still seeing it. I think some videos have legs and other ones don't, but it's still nice to done them. I enjoy doing them, so it's good to have done them, no matter what happens with them.
Yeah, and another thing I've kind of steered away from is kind of the look what I've bought recently videos, because a lot of them on channels, not all of them, but a lot of them on channels, they don't actually talk about the films, whether they're actually good or not. They just kind of hold them up and go, I've bought this, but they don't actually talk about the film. So I've kind of steered away from doing that as well. For good or for worse, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that there's a kind of listing what I bought. I'm not so keen because I buy stuff and then I don't watch it for like 6 months and I get into it.
Yeah.
It's like I watch it one pace, so I don't want to tell people I bought this because I wondered if they're going to do a video on it. It's like not for a while
Yeah.
because I watch them on pace. And yeah, I don't think it's very interesting until we've seen the film and thought about it and talked about it. Then it's interesting.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, there's not enough hours in the day for watching for clearing my backlog, for example.
yeah, my backlog is horrendous at the moment. Plus, I've got a backlog of books as well. I want to read that. It's like
Yes.
there's too much. And then you end up watching something really stupid. And you think, oh, I could watch something good here instead of watch this.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to put something on and not think too much.
Yeah, I know. But I've actually been on a list this year of saying like what have I watched, what have I not watched. So it's write down every day what I've been watching. Just to have a look and see what you've been watching. And you kind of it goes from being like the dumbest thing ever to something really highbrow. And it's like, and that's on one day, and it's like
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, I need to kind of make a to watch list to actually get myself in some kind of order.
I would never follow it though. I would just look.
I know it's like
I'm not
lasts
going.
for a day,
Probably
but
something else. I just
so,
generally one thing I do is like if I want to watch a film, I'm going to put it on my list to do a video on it, and that motivates me to actually watch it. That's my
yeah.
best way of doing it.
Well, to be honest, I'm doing a Claude Chabrol series and a Sajid Ray series at the moment, and that has actually been useful, apart from anything else, for me to actually watch the films. So I know, like once a week, I need to watch a Ray and I need to watch a Chabrol. So
Yeah, that's good. 'Cause that's one of the reasons I did the breast one season because I wanted to rewatch the
yeah,
breast films, and it was like I'm just going to make this a series so that I've got an excuse to watch them and force me to watch them. But it's not a forcing yourself, just enjoy them really.
yeah,
But it motivates you to watch them, and that's always good. Yeah, because I mean I've been watching the Chabrol season, your Saturday Ray ones, and it's like I haven't seen these films, but I'll get around to them now because I've got
yeah.
now in my head that I should watch these, and I've
I mean,
actually got
that's
one of them up there now.
yeah. I mean, that's again one of the things that makes these kind of channels and YouTube worthwhile is the fact you do get reminders of maybe I should check that one out, or I'll have to actually start watching that one.
Yeah, it's always quite good to actually have that motivation because I find when I'm not doing the videos, the motivation for watching something good goes away pretty quick. Sometimes if you're in a weird mood, like because I've taken a slight break the last week or two, I've been watching Godzilla movies and it's like I have not watched a film that's intellectual at all since like I stopped the breast on season. It's like I really need to start watching them again because
Yes.
my brain just collapsed into I want to see something stupid. But
Yes,
as I
well,
said,
certainly.
I was watching Bresson and Holocaust movies, so
Yes, it's not the easiest thing to get through.
yeah.
I do have the Eureka Blu-ray of Showa and Showa Four Sisters, but I still haven't
Yeah.
sat down
I,
and watched it.
I assure everybody, show is a lot easier the second time around.
Yes, I saw it once off the television, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen it since. So
Yeah, it's easier second time around. It's not as quite as devastating. It's still devastating, but it's not quite as
yeah,
punch to the stomach. But yeah, I've kind of run out of those ones now to watch. I just don't want to go anywhere near that.
yes,
So, but I've already got this massive list for the next couple of months, and it's like, Jesus, will I fit all this in before Christmas? All the things I want to watch, well, what new videos on? Because it's huge, and it's
yes.
like, oh boy, I've over, I've already kind of announced like 5 seasons of something. It's like, oh, this is going to be tough.
No,
Well,
you've got to set yourself targets.
I know I think I overestimate though. Usually, then it's like, oh, that's not good.
So, do you have anything in the pipeline?
I've got to go and go back to some Alan Clark and Brian De Palma. They're the two I've been back to as I go towards Halloween again. I'm going back to them. 'Cause I enjoyed doing them, but I want to slight leave it. But it took longer than I thought to get back to them because I did these other seasons that kind of
Yeah,
get in the way a little bit. Because I don't want to do too many seasons at the same time. Because I think if we do too many seasons, it's kind of a bit too much waiting. It's good to have little one-offs as well to kind of
yes.
balance it out. So I'm going to do them. I've already announced Malik. I want to go and do some Bergman. I want to watch Bergman films because I've got that box set. I've got Buster Keaton videos to watch. So lots of stuff. I've always wanted to watch too many. I've probably forgotten something really important. I want to do some Kieslowski. I want to watch him again. And it's like, God, when's the time? What about yourself?
Um, well, obviously, Chabrol and Ray are going to be running for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then I was hoping to do a similar thing with Werner Herzog and Akis Kaurismäki.
Yeah.
But again, for me, it's quite handy with my random reviews because I can just watch a film, and if I feel inclined, I just do a random review on it. And also, I've got some double takes in the pipeline as
Well,
well.
I like them. They're expensive because you watch them and you think, oh, I better get that.
Yes, and one of them actually features one of Alan Clark's films. I won't tell you which one. Yeah, and I realise I haven't actually done a top 10 for a while, but it's actually because it requires some watching of other films to actually do a proper top 10. So I end up, I've got like 7 or 8, but I really need to rewatch a few. So that's why they're taking a bit long. But I've got 4 or 5 of them kind of prepped, but I need
Yeah.
to do some rewatching. So it just gets time consuming as usual.
Yeah. I don't like doing top tens. I like doing
Yeah,
I've a subject, but top tens always feel either too many or too few. So I just do a
yeah,
kind of general list because I know I'm just going to yap too much about them.
yeah. I kind of like the structure of it.
Yeah.
So you can't talk too much about it. But sometimes that doesn't quite go according to plan,
Yeah, I
as
did
my
that.
50-minute Orson Welles one proves.
Yeah, I did the vampire. And I thought that's a big, easy 20-minute video.
Yeah, that was about an hour. Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like the thing is that when you start talking to the camera, I find sometimes you're just talking and then you realise, and you look at the clock, Christ, that was how long it's taken.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that you're maybe stretching out a little bit, and then there's other videos that you just end up going on and on and on about.
Yeah, one thing
Maybe
I
that's just
find,
me.
no, sometimes I find that I think when I'm talking, I'm going on and on like a lunatic, and it's absolutely useless. Then you watch it, and it's like it's fine.
Yeah.
And that time you think, oh, I'm going to have a lot of detail, and you look at it, you go, I have to cut that's garbage. It's just snaps.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the issues that's popped up with Chabrol is the fact that a lot of his films you can't talk too much about without doing spoilers. So I have started doing a couple with spoiler warnings,
Yeah.
because otherwise you can only talk about them for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I kind of I get complaints with a few friends, like, you spoil films. Of like, most of the films I talk about are like decades old.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'd usually try and give a warning, like, when it's spoiler territory here, if it's an obscure film. But if you're talking about something's a famous film, it's like, well, take a chance.
Yeah.
Like, but I try not to ruin it, but sometimes it comes out anyways, you're chatting about it, and they're like, oh, I've probably spoiled it if someone hasn't seen it, but can't do much about it now.
Yeah, so for example, my most recent Chabrol Le Boucher, I did go into spoilers, but I didn't spoil the end completely.
Yeah.
But I did do some partial spoilers. But
yeah, I've only seen the first half of that because I haven't seen the film. I've got it. I don't want to watch it and not
yeah,
get spoiled. So I'll see the second half when I've actually seen the film.
yeah, that's perfectly all right. I would
Yeah.
prefer if you watched the film and didn't bother with my video.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always kind of spoilers are complicated, but I just think we both cover such obscure films that it's like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous half the time spoilers because it's the directors are all dead usually, like for decades.
But I think again, one of the great things about doing this is that finding people, there are people who want to watch these films, and there still are people that are interested in, silent films from the 20s. There's still people out there, which is great.
Yeah, because I did like stuff about Carl Zeman like before Christmas, and it was quite neat to do that because it was so obscure.
Yeah,
and
thanks to you, I bought a bunch of his stuff.
Yeah, and you just did one in The Beast Must Die twice.
Yeah,
The videos with that film. You cover it twice.
It was in my favourite film list for B,
right.
the letter B, and I did a double take with Calvin Lockhart.
And it's a great film because I don't mind watching it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's like
I don't know why it gets so much hate because it's a great film.
Does it get hate?
Yeah, it gets hate.
Weird. I thought it was great fun.
It's fantastic.
Plus Michael Gambon, a young Michael Gambon.
And Peter Cushing with a bizarre, is it supposed to be Swedish accent? I'm not.
Yeah. But the weird thing, Michael Gambon, that age, I think he was a really ugly young man. He was. He looked strange. He looked really strange as a young man. Yeah. Age kind of helped him. I think kind of his features kind of became a bit more normal looking.
And how many times during the film did you check the back of your hand to see how hairy the back of your hand was?
I never did that. I was quite good. I've seen enough werewolf movies. I don't get paranoid. I've got the whole Wolfman collection back there.
Yeah, I picked that up in the Amazon sale, but I haven't watched them all yet. So.
Oh, the ones that are the non-canon ones, the weird ones like Wolf, I think it's Wolf Fleet of London or something. They're all good fun as well. There's one that Elvis Wolfman, the Wolfman with the Elvis kind of.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's really good fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking them out.
Yeah, they're. I don't have Invisible Man yet, and I don't have the. I've got most of the Mummy films, but they're all individual. But I've got all the rest though. I'm a total sucker for that stuff.
Yeah, I'd quite like to pick up The Invisible Man because it's got the one with Vincent Price. So.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to go on the sale a little bit. They're 25 quid now. They can get it 15. I'll get them. I just want to pay 25 quid for them. But the Peter and Black Lagoon, you got all of them in 3D. The first two in 3D when they released them.
Yeah,
so I'm very happy with that. In case anyone doesn't know, I'm a big fan of 3D and all the little gimmicks. I'm a total sucker for 3D.
Yeah, I'm not so much. Yeah. but
that's a gimmick I like. I like 3D as a gimmick. It's fun. So we're talking for 45 minutes already.
Time flies when you're talking nonsense.
So I'm going to stop this now. It's recording now. I hope you all enjoyed it, watched it. I hope you enjoyed the chat. Hopefully we'll be doing some more videos soon. We're going to try and work out the technology though. So thank you for Solitary Ronin for being in this.
Yes, thanks very much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Although no one's really hosting this, it's more of a chat than anything else. But I'll be putting stuff on my channel, but we'll work something else with the channel as well and working out where to put the videos later. It's still in progress.
Yes,
Alright?
because we'll be hoping to talk about films, specific films together, and maybe
Yes.
doing a series.
Yes. But it's we're still working it out. It took us about a month to get to this stage. Give us time.
Yes,
We're not good with technology. We're kind of stupid with this kind of stuff. Or I am at least. So
me too. Don't worry.
what?
Me too. Don't worry.
Alright. So I'm just going to turn this off now. I hope you all enjoyed this.
Thanks very
So,
much.
okay.
Bye.